Sorry. I didn't know I was on or not on. I'm feeling a little concerned about wearing headphones right now because the schools just sent out this big thing saying all the schools are rampant with lice right now.
Yikes.
Hopefully the radio station is not also rampant with lice. Although I have a really bad cold right now, so I'm infecting this microphone as we speak. I'm on mic number 3, by the way, fellow DJs, if you want to avoid that one for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and whoever shook all these donut crumbs on the floor.
It's not. We investigated. They're not donut crumbs. It's sawdust. Someone unrolled their sawdusty cuffs all over the radio station.
Yeah.
Which is like lice, but better. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to catch up with you because my brain is
yes.
I don't know, it's somewhere else. Partly when I turn up the microphones and I hear a hum, then I start. I know it's like I don't know if it's that headphone amplifier, and I sort of want to start switching the cords around, but I just don't want to get into it. So I'll just
ignore it.
I know it's hard to actually EQ it out of the podcast because it's not a super low frequency, so it's in the frequency range where the voices are. So that's really annoying.
Anyone listening to the podcast, this crappy sound is not our fault.
Yeah,
we're doing our best to make it go away.
We'll have to diagnose this at some point, but I think it's that little tiny headphone thing that's just it's not a high quality piece of gear. So
right.
It's the best we could do for now, which is something to be congratulatory about, that we actually have equipment, that we have a studio, that we're here at WFVR 96.5 broadcasting live.
You are so sneaky the way you slip that introduction to 11th hour radio into your speech that way.
It just started coming. It just came and came and came and came. Then,
oh, cool.
And then and then what?
Now you have to think about it. You can't figure out how to slip our names in sneakily.
Yeah, did you say you said 11th hour radio, correct?
I just did.
Great. Okay.
I tried to be sneaky like you, but it didn't really come off the way that yours came off.
Well, forget about our names. Who cares what we're named?
Yeah, I know. But did you ever want to change your name growing up?
Yeah.
What did you pick out for yourself if you could have?
That's a good question. I'm not sure that I had anything else picked out. I think what I did was I tried to work with the name that I had and sort of switch it up. So
I spelled mine all different ways as a 13, 14, 15-year-old.
Yeah, I did too. And at one point, when it was Chris, I added an H to the end of that.
I just have to write that down because I can't really figure out.
I know it's still early. It's hard to add an H to Chris.
No, that's Krish.
Yeah, exactly. So I tried that. It didn't stick.
No, I can see why.
I think my best friends probably called me that for a little while.
Well, who cares what people call you? It only works when they write it. Right?
Why?
I love that people can just decide to add silent letters any place in their name. You notice that?
No, I have not.
Well, you should just stop by a kindergarten room anytime in a rural area where the parents are usually pretty young, and you'll find all kinds of silent letters.
Like Kaylee?
Like people add lots of
like what?
Extra
what are you talking about?
Y's and E's and things
just
all over the place.
Doing interesting spellings of common names?
Right,
Is that what you mean?
And it kind of leaves you wondering if they did that on purpose or they just didn't know how to spell their kid's name.
Well, today is this incredible day of synchronicity because you're talking about this, and if I look down at my list, I have a topic which is really closely related to this, and the way that it all came about was that I was sitting at my computer this morning, I was writing out some notes, and by accident, I hit the Option key and the apostrophe key at the same time, and you know what I got? You know what I typed?
No. What?
I got the letters E and A connected. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, is that like Greek?
Well,
or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, sometimes you'll see it in Greek or Latin, but you'll also see it in Old English.
Yeah.
And it's called, this is the crazy thing, because then I had to Google it, and I had to figure out what it is. So I Googled it, and it's called ash, A-S-H, and that means ash tree from the Anglo-Saxon rune.
So you could name your kid something that no one could even spell on the computer.
Yeah, you could spell it with the A-E. Well, you could spell it on your computer if you knew about that hidden keyboard shortcut. And just imagine how many hidden...
I know. I don't know those things at all. I'm always doing something, and John's like, oh, just hit Apple blah, blah, blah.
He knows about those hidden keyboard shortcuts.
I never think to try hitting Apple blah, blah, blah.
No, I just do it by accident. I mean,
Not that it matters, because I don't have a computer anymore.
Yeah, how did that come out, that whole computer debacle this week?
Well, my computer has been more or less dead for a while, but I could still see the screen if I opened the laptop only a few inches. So I would have to slip my hands in really carefully type, but you couldn't really see what you're typing. And I thought, oh, big deal. It's just a monitor, connecting to the laptop. I mean, to the keyboard thing. Like, oh, because it would just shut off if it opened any wider.
I see.
So I brought them in and said, can we fix this connection? And they said, there's no parts for that. There's no parts for anything to do with your computer at all because it's too old. And they said, here, we'll plug this little stick in and we'll take your hard drive info off, but you just go ahead and throw that computer in the dumpster.
Wow.
Because no one's ever going to touch it or fix it, and it's worth nothing. And so say goodbye.
Well, at least they were honest with you.
True.
And I'm glad you saved your data.
Yeah, but now, I don't have any place to put it.
How old was it?
You know what? That's the stupid thing. My computer was like 8 years old.
That's it?
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah. So if they're telling me that something is laughably ancient at 8 years old,
it's kind of nutty.
I don't really want to be. I'm not in any place to be replacing my computer equipment every, say, 3 years the way that they recommend.
Yeah.
So what do they think people are going to do?
You're just not with it.
No, I don't want to be, but that was a bad.
You're supposed to just have enough money to do that.
Don't they realize that everyone's getting less money? Like everybody is.
Why don't you have enough money? What's wrong with you?
Something, I guess.
What is wrong? You should employ the power of positive thinking a little bit more.
Well, it doesn't seem to be raking in the cash.
POPT. Power of positive thinking.
POPT.
Start with the acronym and grow it from there, or PPT, if that's more easier to say. Power of positive thinking. You can kind of gloss over.
Yeah, I don't think you use the O. I don't. When you do acronyms, I think that you don't have to of or the.
Yeah, but if it
ignore.
I think if it makes a cool word, if you want to keep the vowel in there because it makes a cool word, then you can see.
I think the jury's out on that still. I don't think that you get to. I don't think you get to choose.
Who do you think you are?
I am the
some kind of police today?
Yeah, I'm the literary police.
I'm the one that brought in the rune. So I think I kind of trump you.
Don't
Sorry to use that
word.
That word has taken on a whole new meaning for the rest of eternity.
It really
Unfortunately,
has.
It was kind of a cool word. I kind of liked that word because it came from card games.
I know, and that's what the museum that I work at, it's what the Victorian family's dog's name was. And now I have to take... My whole body does this like cringy shudder anytime I point to his little picture and say, and this was Trump, the beloved spaniel.
You could say it differently. You could roll the R.
No.
Make it sound
and I'll just sound like his wife.
I don't know. Oh, Gaia.
Gaia. Hell.
That should be a new expression, oh, Gaia.
What were you saying last week? Oh, no, you were saying, oh, possum last week. And I prefer that. I still haven't seen any possums since you brought them up last week, but...
Yeah, but you were so...
There have been a lot of woodchucks all of a sudden.
Yeah, change the subject. You were so wrong about opossum, and now you just want to gloss over it.
Well.
But I'll tell you, there's only... I saw on Facebook today that there's only one disease that truly exists. And if you want to discover that, you can discover it on Gaia.
You're just talking total bunk right now. I have no idea what you're saying. Gaia is what movie did the kids and I just watched Moana, which was really cute, truthfully, even though I'm not a huge fan of Disney. But you'd like it, because
I would not.
Gaia is represented very, very fully in that movie.
Yeah, but I don't like Disney anymore. I used to like it sort of when I was little.
I was pleased with this Disney movie. Strong female leads. Pretty much the females did all the good crap in the whole movie.
You know, I just realized something.
And they weren't skinny, princessy people with big boobs and little waists.
Well,
they weren't. They were like chunky. They were like chunky, normal-looking women.
That's improving. But you know, I just realized why I don't like animation, and I'll tell you why. And because I just figured it out right now, this second at the studio in South Royalton right now. Because it's like puppets. There's secret puppet masters behind it that are actually doing the talking, and that's scary to me. It's like clowns.
Yeah, I don't like clowns either.
I don't like clowns, I don't like animation, and I don't like puppets.
I also don't really love puppets.
But I like puppeteers. I have like good friends who are puppeteers. Oh. So I hate to put puppets down. I don't, in general, like if I have a puppet, I'm okay with it. Like if I'm the puppet master and I put the puppet on and I talk to the puppet, I feel good. Okay. Well, it's my puppet.
Do you have some? You probably have some puppets.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot of puppets. I have like a wolf, and I have Robin Hood. I have...
Kind of mixing your fairy tales there.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, good. There. She goes with the wolf. Not that you can't mix your fairy tales.
I have a teddy bear that I got at, what is that big department store in London? Is it Harrods? Or
Yes, it is Harrods.
Well, I got that at Harrods when I was probably 5 years old.
Oh, that's cute.
Because my mom, you know, she's English, and so she took us to see Aunt Gertrude.
I love Harrods, actually.
Yeah. Well, I got that, and I got a puppet. Oh, I can't believe this. I got a marionette, and we went back to the...
Marionettes blow, because their strings just get super tangled up if you're a kid.
I can't believe you said that, because that's the next thing that happened, is we went back to the hotel room, and we tangled up the marionette, and I don't think we... I don't
never
think
can get them ever.
No, it never... I mean, now I could probably...
It's like a friggin' slinky. Sorry.
I think I could untangle a marionette now.
No.
Yes,
no one can. Yes, it's a lost cause.
No, I could now.
Yeah? Can you untangle a slinky? Because I have like a pile of tangled slinkies that my kids don't want to throw away.
Well, I could. I think it's because I've developed so much patience, and that's the main thing about growing up for me, is that I've developed an incredible amount of patience. I mean, just beyond whatever you imagined as a child, because I thought as a child that I was the most impatient person in the planet.
Yeah, me too. You were very patient.
Yeah.
You put up with me, and I'm like the most irritating
Well, you know, you tipped me off today and said you thought you might be a little bit late, and I could not control my anxiety. So I just typed in the letters. What was it? A, G, H, H.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah. No one ever says that sound, but I type that in all the time too.
It
seems to make sense in the typewritten form.
It doesn't. It doesn't have an R.
Oh, I always had an R.
Well, that's different. That's more like pirates. If you do it without the R, you get a different kind of exasperated sound.
Yeah.
It's not quite as aggressive.
Okay.
So I just backed it off a notch because I didn't want you to feel threatened or harassed or anything like that.
It's okay. I was doing something stupid. I haven't had a haircut for a really long time, and they never have appointments open, and they happen to have one at 10:30 today. So I was like, she's going to cut my hair wicked fast, and then I'm going to run. So, and she got it done way in time, and it was good. It's just...
You mean she did it?
Yeah.
You've already...
I've got like 4 inches off this morning.
You had your hair cut this morning.
Yeah, and I want to stay there because she was blow drying my head, and it never felt anything so good my entire life.
Wow.
That's like my idea of heaven.
Wow.
If I could just sit in a chair where it's warm and someone is just combing and blow drying my hair. Like I've never blow dried my hair. Why would I blow dry my hair? dry my hair. That makes no sense.
You know, maybe that's why women go to the hairdresser.
And all of a sudden I felt so warm and cozy and taken care of, and someone was like slowly brushing and blow drying my hair, and I was like, wow, this is my favorite thing.
It is a thing. It's a thing. Yeah. See, I don't think I've had anything done to my hair for a couple of years.
No, you get your hair straightened.
Yeah, but it's been a couple of years.
What?
Yeah, really.
Why is it straight then?
Well, because I can straighten it a little bit on the side. You know, I can put my head in between an iron and a... No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I want your curly hair.
You can have it.
I wish you could give it to me.
Let's just arrange how to do that.
Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it just be so awesome if you could just do little body swap part things?
Yeah, just to see, like, for a day.
Because you don't want curly hair, and I do. You don't want boobs, and I do. Like, why can't we just swap around these things a little bit? It's just not fair. Why can't you?
Well, I think it would be kind of cool, but I think in the end we'd go back to our own body parts because...
that's what we're comfortable with, I suppose. But I wouldn't mind trying it, like Mr. Potato Head.
But have you ever
plug them in here?
Have you ever had? But have you had the incredible feeling of finally accepting a body part after maybe 20 years of not accepting it?
No.
That is a high beyond all highs.
I mean, I've kind of accepted the whole body, and that's fine. But I still pick it apart as different sections.
But I'm just saying that when you come to a place of body acceptance, it's really it's a feeling like you couldn't get from drugs. Just saying.
I tried one of those water bras one time, and it felt really weird.
A what? A water bed?
Water bra. It's
what?
Like a padded bra, but it's full of like watery gel stuff, so that it gives you like the real jiggle. And it felt wicked weird. So I don't know if that's what it really feels like. Does it feel like you have like little bags of water on your chest?
Kind of.
For real?
Sure, yeah.
Mine doesn't do anything. I can just like jump and do anything, and I don't feel anything there.
That's just what I like.
No,
that's what
but I want I guess I don't want bags of water because that was really weird, and one of them started to leak, and that was bizarre because I looked like I was like lactating out of one side. But it started the leak in my drawer, which I didn't know.
I'm sorry.
And so it's not really water. It's some sort of, like what they put in freezer packs. It's like that. So it's probably toxic. Okay. Sorry. I'll change the subject and we'll talk about something cheerful, like the dead baby fawn that I hit this week. Actually, it wasn't dead. It wasn't dead at all. It was perfectly fine and alive. And then it was dead after the game wardens decided it had to be dead.
What's the deal with that? Why don't they rehabilitate
them?
I was
mad because, like, all it had was a little broken leg, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a deer doctor, but I think it was fine. It didn't have a mark on it except for, like, a little scrape on its hock. And its leg was broken because it would try to run and it would fall over. Mm-hmm. And so I called the game warden because I knew that was the legal right thing to do. And I assumed, while I was waiting for them, and I held the deer on my lap for, like, a half an hour waiting for them, and I said to myself, it's okay. It's okay. This little deer is not very hurt. It's a really healthy little baby doe. It's just got a broken leg. I've fixed sheep in our kitchen with broken legs. It's easy. It's like, okay, it's going to be okay.
Did it just lay there with you?
Yeah,
nicely?
It tried to get up several times and run, but I didn't want it to because we were right next to the river and the road, and so it was going to crash into one of those things, and I don't know where its mom was. Right. It was very little. But then the game warden tells me there's no rehab place for little fawns or anything. And I said, I'll drive it anywhere. If it's a matter of, like, you guys don't want to take it to New Hampshire or wherever you don't want to take it, I'll take it there. And he said, no, it's illegal in the state of Vermont right now to take any deer to any rehab place because there's some thing called chronic wasting disease that's going around, so they just kill them all.
Oh, gosh.
And then I was like, well, can I just take it then? Can I just take it home and try to fix it and re-release it and whatever, nature can take its course? But I just don't want to be the one to end its life like this.
I suppose next time you could just take it home. I mean, would a vet treat it?
I'm trained to not do things that I know are illegal. I know it was illegal. It's illegal to even transport a wild animal.
Okay.
So I tried to do the right thing, and then I was like, great, now I just, like, wasted this little thing's life because I did the right thing.
Yeah.
And so then I went to take my computer to throw in a dumpster. And So
wow, it
was such a lovely little fawn.
Day.
I can't believe that they would have no options.
Yeah.
And somebody else who's a hunter told me that this chronic wasting disease, there's been like one case of it in Vermont, like ages ago. So basically, they're just doing this for like nothing.
Yeah, a lot of times laws are overreactions to things, I'm afraid.
So,
and on that happy note.
Yeah, do we have to play music?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay.
We absolutely have to.
Okay, what is it?
So let's see. I have a song by a guy named, it's a guy that somebody sent me his CD. His name is Larry Allen Brown. And it's a song called Stories We Wrote. Here we go.
He was just a blue-eyed boy, here growing up in Illinois. Your mama taught him not to steal. Yeah, daddy taught him how to keep it real. Living by the golden rule, let it guide him all through school. Never understood that great divide. Yeah, why the doors weren't open wide. Couldn't figure out the time of day. He went to college, but he had nothing to say. Lost some good friends along the way. Yeah, but that's just how it goes. When you're standing in the twilight, you might think it's hard to see, but they always tell you don't forget to vote. As if voting makes a difference to folks like you and me. We're just living out the stories that we wrote. He got married just to take a stand. Yeah, that's what you did when you became a man. He thought the truth would understand. Let him finally play that game. Had 3 kids and he loved them all. You know, lost the first one, it was in the fall. And like a race car when it hits the wall, he would never be the same. Oh, no, never be the same. Now he spends his time writing songs. He's just trying to rhyme the wrongs. Hear the wrongs he did to others. Is it one to you? He ain't looking for no sympathy. He's looking for that sweet, sweet harmony and a warm fire in a cold, dark night. Yeah, it's the best that he can do. When you're standing in the twilight, you might think it's hard to see, but they always tell you don't forget to vote. As if voting makes a difference to folks like you and me. We're just living out the stories that we wrote. The stories that we wrote. Yeah, stories that we wrote. That's right, them stories that we wrote.
Whoa, we hear the train whistle come
a little bit early today.
That's neat. That's like having ice cream.
No.
It is.
I could go for some ice cream.
Me too. And
What's
cake.
your favorite? You like coffee, don't you?
Yeah, I like coffee. I like chocolate.
See, I'm a vanilla.
Well, I like vanilla with pie. If I'm going to have pie,
Yeah.
then I have to have vanilla.
And if you're going to make some sort of root beer float or any kind of float, you need vanilla.
Yes, I agree. I do agree with that.
You
so
add the
much.
funky flavors in there, and it's just not right anymore.
Yeah. So you hit it, deer. I went to a deer camp because we went out to look at an old deer camp, which was for sale out in Orange.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to buy it?
No, I'm not going to buy it.
Since you're such an avid deer hunter.
No, Davey was looking at it as a potential dwelling for the future.
Huh.
Potentially.
Was it, like, winterized?
Nope. It's on a fourth-class road. It's a little bit hard to get to.
Yeah, Davey, maybe not.
But, well, it was, it's interesting to contemplate these things if you just imagine
Did it have
yourself.
electricity?
Nope. No electricity.
Any septic?
Not really, nope.
Okay, well,
I had an outhouse.
sounds great.
It had a well that wasn't connected to the house, but you could go get some water. It had a pond. It was beautiful. Had a lot of acreage. It had over 100 acres. And the biggest problem with that area is that there's guys in trucks that are raging around the neighborhood that are really problematic, and they're ripping up the road. So evidently, because we bumped into somebody else who has a camp up there, and he said, yeah, the road is just deteriorated because these young guys in trucks are being really disrespectful. So
There should be a new law that you can't have a truck unless you have a reason that you need a truck.
I feel that way sometimes
Because
about snowmobiles.
As much as I love to drive a truck, because I do, I kind of love driving a truck.
Yeah.
I don't have one at the
Yeah.
moment, but I do like to drive trucks.
Yeah.
Because you feel up high and trucky. I don't know. But, just having one so you can waste the gas and go zooming around. And if you have no reason, you don't have a farm or a wood business or something that you need a truck for, why do you have it?
Well,
Just get a Honda Civic or something little.
Maybe you just shouldn't be able to have a truck that's jacked up unless you actually use it for work. Like, it's the people who...
Or if you live off kind of on a road that you need it.
Yeah, but not many people do. I mean,
Oh.
really, not many people do anymore. So,
If I was queen,
yeah.
I feel like some laws would be a little different. Oh, no. How come every week all your stuff falls off the desk into the ground?
Because I just am
I'll
not
get it.
coordinated.
I'm going to go under the desk.
What do you think? I just have to ask you this one quick question.
Okay.
What do you think about people wearing cowboy hats in Vermont?
They're a little delusional, but
Like, I saw one in Chelsea driving down here.
can we really make that, I wear cowboy boots. You do too sometimes.
Yeah.
Can we really make
Mine are Italian,
a
though.
distinction between cowboy hats and cowboy boots?
That's a good question. It just looks... it's kind of a fashion statement for sure to wear a cowboy hat in Vermont because they stick out. I mean, if you were out in Wyoming or something, everybody would be wearing them. But here, it's only a special breed.
Do we still have Wyoming? Or did that burn up? I can't remember now.
Oh, I think Montana's having it worse in Wyoming. Although, that may not be true now. Not sure. They're so close together. Yeah. So, okay, I guess you didn't really have a strong opinion on that, which is fine. You don't have to have an opinion about everything.
I wear one sort of when I mow the lawn.
What? A cowboy hat? Really?
Not. I mean, it's a cross between a cowboy hat and sort of an Australian outback hat.
Is it sort of a relaxation thing?
No, it's because it's sunny usually when I mow the lawn, and it's just my sun hat.
I get it. So you wear your bathing suit and you put your cowboy hat on and you drive the lawnmower.
Yeah.
The lawn tractor.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I don't really want sun on my face, but I kind of like the sun on the rest of me.
So you really do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you just get? Oh, I thought I told you that already.
No, I was just kind of making it up because this image popped in my head. I guess.
Yeah, that is exactly how I mow the lawn.
That's how you are. Okay. All right. No, it's. Speaking of lawnmowers, I have an update.
What?
Not like that, but my lawnmower is coming back from Trottier's today, so I guess it's the end of my cutting
Now
grass
that
with
lawn mowing season is over.
You didn't hear the end of my sentence.
Sorry, it's because I interrupted you.
Yeah.
Okay, finish.
Sometimes it's hard for me to go back and find where I was because I don't have high self-esteem. And you're just about to interrupt me again before I can say
totally,
hi.
I'm going to just clamp my hand around.
So
Go.
you're doing a radio show with somebody who has super low self-esteem, and you keep interrupting me. So this is kind of an exercise for me to try to assert my personhood. So I will continue that. Since the lawnmower is coming back today, I just have to tell everybody she has her hand over her mouth, just like in first grade when the teacher makes you go stand in the back of the room.
I have to.
Okay.
Can't help it. Okay, go.
All right, so I'm not going to cut my lawn with scissors anymore. At least this season. It was fun. It was meditative, but I think I'm going to have to sort of let go of that approach to enlightenment for 2017. Anyway.
Right. Well, what about 2018?
Oh, that's open.
That's still out.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do anything we want in 2008. Doesn't that excite you?
Provided that we're all still here.
Oh, I think it's going to be a good year. It's a whole freaking year.
Okay.
That's coming up. Like, it's new. It's fresh. It's going to January 1st. It's going to be just completely fresh. Like a clean slate. I can feel that.
No, there's still a lot of like lunatics sort of floating around that are not really allowing the slate to be clean.
Let's go back to the PPT.
Okay, sorry. Positivity. Woo.
Yeah, you didn't really tell me what you thought about the power of positive thinking, whether you bought into that whole concept or not, which was where I was going with it before I was so rudely interrupted by you.
I probably will go with it in another few days. Like, since probably, I think I was really grumpy last Friday too, and I'm kind of grumpy this Friday, so I would say that I'm on it's about run its course, so I should have a swing in the other direction soon.
You don't seem grumpy.
No.
You don't seem grumpy.
I'm less grumpy right now because this is the 1 hour during this entire week that I'm just going to sit here and talk with a person and be vaguely comfortable and not freaking out about something.
Well, it's
as
also...
soon as I leave here, I'm going to start freaking out again. And so...
Well, I think that's part of the cool thing about being here is that you actually can't do anything else. You can't jump up and do something. You can't say, oh, I forgot, and run out of the room. You can't do it. Because the rules of engagement here are that you sit in the chair for an hour.
I know.
I mean, you can go to the bathroom during the music break if you want.
No.
You pretty much have to be here. So...
The other day, I realized that I had been holding my pee for something like 6 hours. Like, I had been physically aware that I needed to pee for like 6 hours, but I could not find 1 minute to go pee. And that's how you know, I think, that you're a mom. When you get to the end of the day and you say, I was meaning to go pee all day. It just didn't work out.
You know when that happens to me? That happens when I'm at a gardening job and there's a bunch of contractors there working.
Just pee your pants.
No. I have to wait till they leave at 4 o'clock because I work past 4 and then I can go behind the tractor shed. So that's kind of a hassle. And then sometimes those guys, they bring their own portalette, but I'm just not into using it unless I absolutely have to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I don't want to share that with those guys too much. Nothing against them personally. They're all really nice, usually, but... Yeah, so what do you think about this new glasses frame style, the Clark Kent look that's coming in? Have you noticed that? We've changed now over from the thin rectangulars to now Clark Kent. That's what's in.
Oh, I find those just classic. I think that those have
They're
always
timeless,
been in.
Like sexy. To me, when women wear them, especially young women, it's like the sexy secretary look.
Right, like they're going to take them down and pull their bun out and shake their hair and turn into...
Yeah,
they go from nerd to sex pot just by taking their glasses off. That's
all it was a device back when that first was introduced in movies. That was a device that would signal to you that the woman was, there was something under those glasses that was worth waiting for, right?
I guess. I know I like those glasses.
You do?
I
Because
do.
I've been holding off. I was kind of looking forward to getting the thin rectangular kind, and now I realize that that's not what's...
I have the thin rectangular kind still, but...
Well,
so you're going for high fashion?
I don't know. I finally got used to the other ones, and I was finally coming around to thinking that I could actually wear those. And now, just as I was poised to go to the eye doctor and possibly get some glasses, I realized that would be out of fashion for me to get those because we're moving ahead.
You could just shoot the moon and get like cat eye ones or something.
That might be next. I mean, that could be the...
I think it's already been. I feel like that happened kind of already. And there's still a segment of like goth girls that wear them.
Yeah, it's probably going to come back around to wire rims or rimless again because we're going through the big heavy plastic glasses phase.
Yep.
And red was in for a while, right?
I would go with as classic as humanly possible.
What would you say is
just
classic?
Like horn rimmed
Clark Kent
glasses because they're not
Okay,
gonna. They're not. They've been in fashion all along. And they will still be.
Okay. I can kind of see myself in that. I could try it.
And I'm sorry now for jumping on the rectangulars, frame bandwagon because I'm too poor to buy them very often. So I've got to last through many fashion cycles.
Well,
and so now they're going to be unfashionable for a really damn long time.
Well, I keep not getting glasses because I keep thinking that I'm going to be able to correct my eyes by not wearing them. That's been my philosophy.
Why don't you just get contacts? Because
I tried that in high school.
You're not in high school anymore.
Yeah, but I'm sure I'm still an insufficient blinker.
They make you blink more. Like I blink all the time.
I was rejected from wearing them because I was an insufficient blinker.
That's because when you were in high school, they were only the hard lenses. Now they have the soft, moist ones. You could try again. It's way easier.
That's too fussy.
No, but you know what? When you wear glasses, you can't have on headphones. You can't have on hats because they bump everywhere. They bump like right here where the earpiece goes. Everything that I've found irritating about glasses, you will find irritating. Yeah, and headphones are going to really bug you because it will pinch and it'll hurt you right here, and they give you like a headache.
Yeah, my
headphones. You have your headphones on.
Actually, this week were giving me a headache. Unfortunately,
your hat will bump into them and then they shove down.
Yeah, I was
Contacts,
really,
baby.
I had a pretty heavy duty week in the studio. Well, I always do, but this week, I actually got to work on some of my own music this week. It was unbelievable. And I didn't know where I stood. Like, I had to go back and listen to stuff that I'd started last year. And I was amazed at myself. I was like, wow, you wrote this cool thing? This sounds cool
good.
now. I remember when I left it, I thought it was kind of dorky, and then I came back to it, and I thought, oh, yeah.
I have to come over and help you with your ooze.
You definitely do. You're
a very bad sore throat at the moment, though, so that's not
okay.
happening.
You can sing regardless.
Do you think if I push my finger into my cheek long enough, I'll get a dimple?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, what do you mean long enough? Like a year?
What do you think?
You have a dimple. You have a dimple.
But I only have one. It's lopsided. I should push the other side here and see if one will happen.
Look. I guess it's time for another song, so I'm not going to launch into this, but we have some personal growth coming up. We just don't want to start the personal growth and then be cut short.
I know. That would be terrible.
Yeah, because we often shortchange ourselves around that whole thing because we're lazy as heck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, next song, let's see, is Som en Andios Vag by Stefan Lunden. I hope I said that right. It's a little Swedish.
That sounded great.
All right, it's from his new album. Let's see what it sounds like.
Okay.
Som en ändlös väg det så det tycks. Det mörker överallt. Håll du bara kursen klar så känns det mindre kallt. Det är mot dig jag strävar, alltid som du vet. Se mörkrets krafter bäva när kärleken är het. Jag har varit så långt borta och prövat mina mål. Nu vänder jag så hemåt, säkert fått vad jag väl tål. underbart är kort, så ser man ibland. Jag håller inte med, vi stärker våra band. Se meteoren falla, så nära och så fjärrt. Hör inre röster kalla, hos faran gör mig närt. Till slut jag når ditt hus en natt, så strålande och klar. Jag söker genom rummen, men du är inte kvar. Vid spisen ligger lappen, jag läser texten snart. Du måste hitta spåret som leder någon vart. Se meteoren falla, så nära och så fjärrt. Hör inre röster kalla, hos faran gör mig närt. Väg det så det tycks, men leder den någon vart? Är det bara något djävulstrick? Är du tillbaka snart? Jag sätter mig i rummet, dricker ett glas vin och hoppas allt ska ljusna. Låt mörker gå i sin.
Yeah.
We were just discussing our next show, next week's dilemma. Because it's the Tunbridge Fair, everybody. Which, this radio station is going to be broadcasting live from the fair from September 14th through the 19th with an eclectic mix of live DJs during the day from 10 to 5.
Well, we don't think it's broadcasting.
We don't think it's
all the time from the fair.
We don't think it's broadcasting from the fair. We think it's just broadcasting live over the fairgrounds,
except in the evening. I think
we don't really understand.
This is why I hesitated about making this announcement, because I think we've sort of got it mixed up. But suffice it to say that if you're at the Tunbridge Fair, you can go find the booth where the DJs are going to be doing something, and I don't know that we're going to be doing anything, but it's really fun anyway. And they're
presenting a mix of live DJs through the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And the station hopes to broadcast the evening concerts that are happening down there from 5 to 9.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to do. We might not have a show next week. We just don't know yet.
We're not sure. I have to work at the fair anyway, in the kitchen. I have to be a little colonial housewife cooking chickens and stew. And Kristina has guests from out of town here, so we may have to get a sub.
Yeah, I mean, ordinarily I would have had John come in here to do the show, but since you can't do it, I mean, I suppose I could have John on the show here, if indeed we are broadcasting from here next Friday. I could have John replace you. That's a possibility. So anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yes.
And, okay, back to personal growth. All right?
Okay.
So the question I posit to you is, our dreams real?
Posit? Do you mean you pose it? Sorry.
I'm going to just go back to bed. I worked so hard to come up with these amazing topics for you.
I was just wondering if it was a new word I hadn't heard. Because that happens all the time.
Have you heard of positron?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Is that a real word, or are you making that up, though?
Dreams are real. That's a real thing.
I was dreaming very vividly all night. Okay, do I think dreams are what? Real?
Want to go back and start from the beginning?
Yes, please.
Okay, I had an amazing dream last night. And it's not amazing really because of the content of the dream, and it was very short, the part of it that I remember. I was at my front door. It was nighttime. I opened the door a crack, and I looked out into the yard, and I was wondering where this certain person was who used to be close to me. And then all of a sudden I felt these arms come around me from behind, and he was right there. And this incredible feeling of safety and comfort just like washed through my being. And then I woke up. I mean, it was so intense. It just just kind of woke me right up out of my sleep. And so I thought, that was a real experience. That was totally something that I haven't felt in a long, long time, that feeling. Mm-hmm. And it kind of perplexed me. It kind of made me happy, just like a flying dream might make you happy because it feels so good. Mm-hmm. And then, then you get depressed because it's not actually happening, because it's only a dream.
Yeah, I've had dreams like that too, which completely changed my mind about people in my life too, because I think of, oh, this person or that person maybe like abandoned me or whatever, but then if they don't in my dream, I feel less bitter towards them.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, because
maybe my dream is just trying to heal my bitter feelings about past people or relationships or whatever.
Well, it's trying to bring balance, and it's trying to bring validity to what you actually felt at the time, which belongs to you more than anything. It's yours.
Well, sometimes it goes the opposite way. I can't decide whether my dreams are trying to soften like the raw feelings I have, like kind of soothe me, smooth it over, be like, look, this isn't as bad as you think. But sometimes my dreams make things that I didn't think were very bad seem scarier, and then I'm in real life afraid of those things or people.
Well, suppose your dream was trying to soften it. What would be wrong with that? Like, who's doing that?
I don't know who's doing that.
Is it self-care? Is it like you taking care of yourself and saying,
I think it's got to be.
Actually, this is okay. Like, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're actually going to be okay.
Yeah, I think maybe it is.
That's neat.
That
we could do that. We're pretty powerful if we could do that.
Well, I wish we had a little bit of control over it.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a goal to shoot for.
Don't let me forget that I'm going to pee before I leave this space, though.
Okay.
I mean,
first
this
things
building,
first.
Because I won't again after I go away.
And then you'll get to the museum, and it'll be busy, and then you'll because foliage is actually starting.
I know.
Yeah, I'm getting bookings for Airbnb.
Airbnb? I want my parents to do that. I think they should.
Yeah.
The museum is getting kind of busy, and the tricky thing is, I had quite an incident the other day where an elderly gentleman. This was sad because he and his wife had come from Houston, and their house was underwater, basically. And they were here with their daughter. Showed me pictures of their house.
Wow.
Terrifying underwater. But they were very old with canes and shuffling around the museum. But when it came time to go to the second floor, which is an old Victorian house, has very steep stairs, I kind of gently suggested that we don't do the second floor because they could barely make it over the tiny little thresholds from room to room in this house. And the elderly lady immediately said, oh, no, I'm not going up there. I just had my hip done. So she went away. But the gentleman, who was even rougher shaped than her, I thought, decided he was going up those stairs. And his daughter said, he's very independent. You can never tell him that he can't do something. He's going to be doing whatever he wants till the day he dies or whatever. So she kind of acted offended that I suggested that he shouldn't go up the stairs. So we go up the stairs. It takes us 20 minutes because he has to stop, but
he wanted to.
Yeah, he did. He really wanted to, and she wanted him to too. So we do the upstairs tour, and then on the way down, he's just exhausted. He can barely do it. So he gets stuck halfway down the stairs. He can't even really lift his feet up, and he's getting wobbly and topply. And I'm trying to hang on to him because he's going to go down. He's going to fall down the stairs, and his daughter's trying to hang on to him. And it was this panicky time where two small ladies are trying to hold on to a very large gentleman who can no longer move, basically. And we finally get him down, and then the daughter's super mad at me that I allowed him to go into this unsafe situation, and I just felt like it was like classic the way I feel all the time. Like I try to do the right thing, and then it turns out to be the wrong thing.
Here it is. You are the universal scapegoat.
I just feel like people smell my weaknesses.
That's what it is.
And they know I'm going to feel bad, they can just like...
I'm going to make a proclamation right here that is an archetype. That is an archetype.
And on one hand, I know that she was just scared and was looking for some way to throw blame someplace because she was scared. She realized maybe that she kind of had some responsibility here, but didn't really feel comfortable in knowing that she endangered her father, so she was going to quickly pass the buck to somebody who should have known better. And I did. And I did know better, and I tried my best to not let him go up the stairs. But what are you going to do? You can't tie guests up and say you cannot go up the stairs. We have no policy that says we can tell people that they can't go up the stairs.
Right.
So.
Right.
Anyway, it just felt like a snapshot of how my life sometimes goes.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing the right thing, and then everyone tells me it's wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, that has nothing to do with anything.
No, that's okay.
Am I growing now?
Are you growing? Yes, you are personally growing, because also Moon in Pisces, which I thought it was
Mercury in retrograde again.
It's going back the other way. It's good. I can feel it.
It better go back the other way before we get into like the. Is it going to be gotten like good during November? Because November is my least favorite month, where all the bad things happen, and always in November. So I don't want there to be some sort of astrological hoopla going on then too.
I'm actually not looking that far ahead yet.
Okay,
but what I wanted to say about this week, this is so there's going to be increased clarity and forward momentum this week, but there will still be some confusion around details until we start the next moon cycle, which is September 20th. So just a little confusion with details.
Like that will be something new. Like I'm normally so detail oriented.
Yeah, I know. I know. But that's just to give you a little sense of like you can make it through. You can make it through, and there'll be more clarity as we move forward.
I don't really feel like clarity is something I'm looking for. I just want like money. Can that happen instead? Like, can they say, can I trade my clarity? Well, is it like a card game?
I think clarity is pretty good, because if you have clarity, then you can sort of see clearly where your money is coming from or where it's not coming from. And there's more of a sense of structure that you know what's going on, as opposed to being a victim of fate or not knowing when.
You should astrologically be able to juggle around the cards you are dealt. You'd be like, hey, buddy, I got extra clarity this month. I'll trade you for your...
Oh, like trading body parts. That seems to be a theme today. Just like you got a little of that. Could I have some more of that you got?
I think everything is unfairly doled out in this world.
But that's what friends are for, because friends go through different things at different times, and sometimes they go through the same things at the same times. But all in all, we can help each other out,
I know. Well, it should be global as well. I mean, us versus third world countries. Why are we not sharing?
Well, the goodwill that we start at home will radiate out through...
Don't say the word radiate. I'm terrified of radiation right now.
All right, sorry.
It's okay.
What's another word? Travel. Yeah. It's going to travel out through action.
Okay. Yeah.
Through word, action, and intention.
All right.
All of those things are important.
We didn't thank our sponsors, and we probably should, because they're nice.
They are nice. They're nice because they're Todd
and
they're Rob.
They are Todd and Rob.
They're Todd and Rob. So
we have the Tunbridge Grease Collective, Mountain Folk, and Howe Farms, which so kindly put up with us and sponsor our show.
Yeah, so we've got concerts, we've got farming, and we've got running cars with used
biodiesel,
French fry oil.
Yeah.
And those are our sponsors, which just feels
I feel very eco-friendly.
Right. Yeah, music, farming, and a little environmental activism.
That's so us.
What a great mix.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, so you will be glad to know that I did wage a war on those gray spiders in my house this week, because I had the guests coming from...
Are they wolf spiders?
No, they're not this big, scary, fat ones. They're very skinny. They're almost like daddy long legs. But they're
like the sort of see-through-y looking ones?
Yeah, they're see-through.
Those are dust. Those are dust spiders.
Oh my gosh, and they move so fast. Like you catch it with a broom, and it jumps off your broom, and it disappears. Like
I know.
You can't
That's because
even
they
chase
can
it.
almost be invisible.
They are, but you know what I did? I started creeping up on them surreptitiously with a dish towel. So I would spot one in its web just minding its own business, and I would just run up to it really quick and throw a dish towel over it and take it outside.
The dish towel alone didn't squash it because they're kind of
it's
kind of spindly little
it was
weak things.
it was about 50-50.
Okay.
Like there were some mutations that occurred during this process, but I think some survived. So I felt like if the survival rate is better than
they may regenerate like starfish. So you know,
like another leg might come on.
Maybe why they have so many legs is because they can afford to lose like 7 of them and still kind of drag themselves along.
Yeah, I just felt I was having some kind of telepathic communication with them, but apologizing like a lot. But I just can't have them living in my house. I don't like it.
No, I don't like spiders either. Those ones don't scare me as much as real spiders, though. I don't feel like those are real spiders.
I agree. That's why I felt more guilt with them, because they look nice.
It's like the leg to body ratio.
Yeah.
Daddy long legs don't really bother me. I can even pick one of those up by its leg and throw it. And I would never.
You pick it up by its leg, doesn't the leg come off?
No. They're more durable than these other kind that you're talking about. Yep. You can like swing them around by their legs and stuff. I don't do that, but you can.
Okay. I'm gonna think about that deeply.
A little.
Yeah.
What's the study of entomology?
Yeah.
Well, the spiders aren't bugs.
Etymology.
Spiders aren't bugs. They're something else.
Etymology.
They're not crustaceans. What are they? Arachnids.
That's spiders. Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
not a good co-DJ today. Or any day.
No, it's fine. It's great to just have the show peter out with meaningless drivel. It's fine. But I think I'm going to try to say goodbye because it's just about time to go. So please look us up on iTunes. Look us up at 11thhourradio.com. Get our podcast on your phone. It comes out every week. And we'll come back here every week.
Except for maybe not next week, but maybe.
But maybe.
Have a
check it out.
Really good weekend.
All right, here's a track of music by Terry Lee Hale called Bound, Chained, and Fettered. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Don't let it get to you, loss unknown. Accumulation taking hold. What's done, who's left, what's enough, and who's up next? Bound, chained. Don't let it get to you all alone. Late nights, phones blown. Looking back, creeping sense. Pump house whores, discouraging, bound, chained. Don't let it get to you, pulling hate. Tearing down, accelerating rates. One is the lonely, no room for two. Nobody talking now and gotta learn new rules, bound, chained. Don't let it get to you, all the doubt, catching up or even what it's all about. Find yourself defending melodrama endings, the permanent critic, he's the rascal just pretending. Bound, chained, bound, chained, bound, chain, fetter. Don't let it get to you what you never. Just because you didn't doesn't mean forever. Out of fashion, trains left. Years piling up and all of the regret, bound, chained. Don't let it get to you, drag you down, hold you back or hanging on a rebound. No harmonizing, late realizing, time's a wasting and getting hard to find it. Bound, chain, bound, chain, bound, chain, fetter, bound, chain, bound chain, bound chain fetter. Don't let it get to you. Imagination bones. All artists fail you, especially if you don't. Wanting more, who's best? Nothing done, reject, who's wrong? Process always suspect. Bound chain. So don't let it get to you for what it's worth. Adding up and counting shouldn't come up with hurting. Bitterness, envy, what you recommending. Never ever meant to, still obsessions never ending. Bound chain, bound chain, bound chain fetter. Bound chain, bound chain, bound chain